Welcome, everyone. I'm glad you are here. This session is about AI in go-to-market, the evolution from communication to orchestration. And I want to be clear from the start. This is not a theoretical conversation about what AI might do someday, but it's about what's happening right now. By the end, you'll have a clear framework for the 5 fundamental shifts defining AI native go-to-market, a practical architecture, and a realistic roadmap. Let's start with the most important question. Why does any of this matter? To understand where we need to go, we need to be honest about where we've been and why it's no longer working. For the past decade, go-to-market has focused on acquisition, subscriber counts, downloads, clicks. We built systems around getting people into the funnel, but the landscape has shifted. Today's audiences move fluidly across platforms. They stay because of how the experience makes them feel. This is what I call the experience loyalty, which is fundamentally rewriting GTM rules. Then the future of marketing isn't just communication, sending the right message at the right time. That was the last decade. The future is orchestration, building systems for continuous, personalized, adaptive experiences that earn loyalty in every moment, not just at purchase. Go-to-market leaders must evolve from managing campaigns to architecting systems. This is the paradigm shift we'll explore. Before we talk about what GTM needs to become, let's ground ourselves in what consumers are actually doing, because the data proves this. The first trend is multi-platform usage. The average consumer uses 5 to 7 platforms every single day, switching between them seamlessly. No single platform owns their attention. That means if your GTM strategy is optimized for one channel, you are already losing. The second is content overload. The average person is exposed to between 4,000 and 10,000 ads per day. Traditional interruption-based marketing, the banner ad, the pre-roll, the cold email is noise. Relevance and personalization are no longer differentiators. They are the minimum requirements. The next is the creator-driven discovery. 72% of Gen Z discover products through creators, not through brand advertising, not through search. This is a seismic shift in how discovery works, and it has enormous implications for how GTM teams think about distribution. Moving to continuous engagement expectation. Consumers expect brands to be present in micro moments, not just at purchase time. They expect you to know them, to anticipate them, to show up with the right thing at the right moment. If you only engage at the transaction, you are invisible in between. Next is personalization as baseline. Netflix, Spotify, and TikTok have trained every consumer on the planet to expect personalization. If those platforms can do it on a scale, consumers expect it everywhere. AI-powered personalization is no longer a competitive advantage. It is table staked. And the cross-device continuity, consumers start on mobile, continue on desktop, finish on tablet. They expect seamless handoffs. If your experience breaks when someone switches devices, you have already lost the moment. So the data tells a clear story. Audiences are fragmented, always on, and loyalty is earned through continuous experience, not campaigns. But who is already doing this right? Let's look at 4 companies that are not just adapting to this new reality, they are defining it. Let's start with Netflix. They don't rely on platform loyalty. It builds AI-powered engagement. 90% of everything you watch on Netflix comes from a recommendation, not from you searching for it. They have built 230 million unique homepages for 230 million subscribers. No 2 people see the same interface. Their AI analyzes over 30 signals, viewing history, time of day, device, mood, pause, behavior to predict what you want before you even know you want it. Netflix doesn't just market shows, it builds personalized experiences. In Spotify, keeps people engaged between new releases with personalized playlists like Discover Weekly, Release Radar, and Daily Mixes. Its AI uses listening habits, time of day, and mood signals to predict what each person wants to hear. The result is continuous engagement across 500 million users and 200 million premium subscribers. Here, loyalty is built between transactions. In TikTok, creators drive the content while AI shapes the experience. The For You page learns from every swipe, pause, and share to personalize what each user sees. Creators help build discovery and trust, leading to 1.5 billion active users, 50 plus minutes of average session time, and the highest engagement of any platform. Then, creators and ecosystems are the new distribution layer. Microsoft Copilot helps connect work across Word, Excel, Outlook, Teams, and Azure. It uses context and history to suggest what you need next. It also connects with partners like Salesforce and ServiceNow to make the experience more seamless. The result? Customers stay because the ecosystem works better together, and AI helps orchestrate experiences across ecosystems. It's the conductor. So, what do these examples teach us? They point to 5 fundamental shifts that define AI native go to market. Let me give you the overview and then we'll go deep on each one. Based on everything we've seen in the consumer data from these 4 companies, I've identified 5 core shifts that separate traditional go to market from AI native GTM. Shift 1, from funnels to networks. 2, from campaigns to systems. Shift 3, from acquisition to experience continuity. Shift 4, from channels to ecosystems. Shift 5, from static segmentation to real-time intelligence. I want to be clear about something. These are not incremental improvements. They are not do what you're doing, but better. Each of these shifts represents a fundamental re-architecture of how go-to-market operates, and AI is the enabler of every single one. Let's go through them. Let's start with the first 2 shifts because they are foundational. They change how you think about the entire structure of go-to-market. Shift 1, from funnels to networks. The traditional funnel is a beautiful, simple model. Awareness at the top, consideration in the middle, purchase at the bottom. Marketing owns the top. Sales owns the middle. Customer success owns retention. Clean, linear, predictable. The problem? Customers don't move linearly anymore. They discover on TikTok, research on YouTube, buy on your website, get support on Twitter, and refer friends on Discord. The journey is nonlinear, multi-platform, and ecosystem-driven. The network model replaces the funnel with something more honest, an adaptive, connected system where all touchpoints feed back into each other. Data flows bidirectionally. Personalization is real time. Success is measured not by conversion rate, but by experience, continuity, and lifetime value. Shift 2, from campaigns to systems. Here's a simple comparison. Old model, you send the same email to 100,000 people on Tuesday. You measure open rate and click rate. The campaign ends. New model, AI continuously personalizes every email based on behavior, life cycle stage, time zone, and preferences. The system adapts based on engagement. There is no end date. It is continuous optimization. Another example of a product launch. Old model, big push on launch day. Spike in traffic, then decline. Success is measured by day 1 sales. New model, soft launch to an engaged community, creators, and amplify organically. AI personalizes onboarding, continuous engagement post-launch. Success is measured by retention and lifetime value. The shift from campaigns to systems is not about doing more. It is about building something that learns, adapts, and compounds over time. Now let's look at the next 3 shifts, and these are where I see the biggest gap between where most organizations are today and where they need to be. From acquisition to experience continuity. Traditional go-to-market has one goal, convert. Once someone buys, they get handed off to customer success. Marketing moves on to the next prospect. Loyalty is assumed, but loyalty is not assumed. It is earned, and it is earned in the in-between moments. Think about the Netflix recommendation that shows up exactly when you don't know what to watch. The Spotify playlist that arrives on Friday afternoon at the exact moment you need it. The Microsoft Copilot suggestion that saves you 20 minutes on a task you do every week. The Starbucks app that already knows your order. These moments are small, but they compound, and AI is what makes them possible at scale. Personalization at this level used to require human attention. Now AI makes it possible for millions of customers to use it simultaneously. Shift 4 from channels to ecosystems. Channels are things you control: email, paid social, your website. Ecosystems are things you participate in and orchestrate: creators, partners, communities, platforms. Discovery happens inside ecosystems, not through brand control channels. The implication: brands that try to control the narrative lose. Brands that integrate authentically into creator-led experiences win. Your job is not to own the channel, your job is to be valuable inside the ecosystem. Shift 5 from static segmentation to real-time intelligence. In the old model, you create segments based on demographics and past behavior. You send the same message to everyone in the segment. You update segments quarterly. New model: AI continuously scores intent, predicts behavior, and personalizes in real time. Every interaction updates the model. This enables intent scoring, predicting what a customer wants to do next before they do it. Predictive life cycle management, knowing who will churn and intervening proactively. Now that we understand the 5 shifts, let's look at what an AI native go-to-market system actually looks like in practice. Because it's not one tool and it's not one team, it's an integrated architecture. AI native go-to-market is built on 5 layers. Think of it as a stack. Each layer feeds into the others, and AI is the conductor that orchestrates the entire system. Layer 1 is the foundation. It includes your unified data platform, aggregating data from every source: website, app, email, social, partners, creators. It includes your intent scoring engine, your predictive models, your personalization engine, and your feedback loops. Without this layer, nothing else works. This is where Netflix's recommendation engine lives. This is where Spotify's mood prediction lives. Layer 2 is where customers interact with your brand. Every touch point, website, email, social, notifications, community is personalized and adaptive based on what the intelligence layer knows about each individual. Layer 3 is where creators, partners, and communities amplify your reach and build trust. These are not channels you control. They are experience nodes you orchestrate. TikTok creators, Microsoft's partner network, Spotify's playlist influencers, they extend your reach in ways that brand advertising cannot. Layer 4 is where strategy becomes execution. Content adaptation across platforms, lifecycle automation, partner activation, cross-platform orchestration, real-time optimization. And layer 5 is how you know if it's working. And this requires a new set of KPIs, which we'll look at in the next slide. Every layer feeds back into the intelligence layer. The system continuously learns from every interaction, every creator touchpoint, every partner integration. It gets smarter over time. That is the compounding advantage of AI native GTM. One of the most practical things you can do tomorrow morning is look at your metrics dashboard and ask, are we measuring the right things? Because most organizations are still measuring for the old world. Here is one of the most important and most overlooked aspects of AI native go-to-market, the metrics. If you are still measuring success primarily by impressions, click-through rates, and conversion rates, you are optimizing for the wrong outcomes. Those metrics measure activity. They do not measure loyalty. They do not measure the health of your system. Let me walk you through a few examples like impressions become experience continuity. Does the customer feel like the experience is seamless and personalized across every touch point? Click-through rate becomes time in ecosystem. How much time are customers spending genuinely engaging with your brand and your ecosystem? Conversion rate becomes repeat purchase rate. Are customers coming back? Are they loyal? This is not about abandoning traditional metrics entirely. It is about adding the right metrics alongside them, the ones that tell you whether you are building a system that earns loyalty over time. So how do you actually get there? This transformation doesn't happen overnight, but it also doesn't have to be overwhelming. Here is a realistic roadmap. Moving from traditional to AI native go-to-market is a transformation, not a quick fix. I've mapped it into 4 phases over roughly 19 months. Phase 1, get your data house in order. Audit customer data across web, app, CRM, email, and social. Implement a unified data platform or CDP. Define core key performance indicators like retention, repeat rate, lifetime value, and experience continuity, and choose your first AI use case. You cannot build intelligence on fragmented data. Phase 2, build AI capabilities around the highest impact use cases. Add personalization across email, web, and product recommendations. Develop intent scoring and predictive models. Create feedback loops and measure impact on retention, engagement, and lifetime value. Phase 3, extend personalization across every touch point. Personalize web and app experiences, enable cross-platform continuity, activate creators, partners, and communities, and shift from campaigns to always-on engagement systems. Phase 4, integrate all 5 layers into a full AI-native go-to-market system. Use generative AI for content and optimization, build ecosystem network effects, and deliver experience continuity across every touchpoint. At this stage, you are operating a continuously learning system. But start with phase 1. You do not need every answer yet. You need the foundation that makes everything else possible. All of this requires a different kind of leader. Let's talk about what the go-to-market leader of the future actually looks like. The go-to-market of the future is not a marketer. They are not a seller. They are not a product operator. They are a system architect. Let me walk you through the 7 competencies that define this new archetype. AI and data literacy. You don't need to be a data scientist, but you need to understand how AI works, what it can and cannot do, and how to deploy it strategically. Systems thinking. You need to see how all the pieces fit together and optimize the whole system, not just individual parts. Ecosystem orchestration. You need to know how to integrate creators, partners, and communities as experience nodes. This is a fundamentally different skill than managing channels. Experience design. You need to understand customer psychology, what makes people feel seen, valued, and loyal, and design experiences that deliver that feeling at scale. Cross-functional leadership. AI native go-to-market requires alignment across marketing, product, data, and engineering. Continuous learning. Stay curious, stay humble, and adapt quickly. And measure of what matters: experience continuity, lifetime value, and loyalty. Let me summarize the 5 things I want you to walk away with today. 1, the consumer reality. Audiences are fragmented, always on, and expect personalization. They are loyal to experiences, not platforms. If your go-to-market is still built around single-channel campaigns, you are already behind. 2, the AI opportunity. AI makes personalization, prediction, and orchestration possible at scale. This is not a future capability. It is available today, and it is not optional. It is table stakes. Next, the 5 shift. funnels to networks, campaigns to systems, acquisition to experience continuity, channels to ecosystems, static segmentation to real-time intelligence. These are the 5 transformations that define AI native go-to-market. 4, the architecture, AI native go-to-market, is built on 5 integrated layers: intelligence, experience, ecosystem, activation, and measurement. AI is the conductor. 5, the go-to-market leaders who win will be system architects, fluent in AI, data, ecosystems, experience design, and cross-functional orchestration. And I want to close with a reflection from the document that inspired this session. Netflix, Spotify, TikTok, and Microsoft aren't the future. They're the present. The question isn't whether AI will transform go-to-market. It already has. The question is, will your organization evolve fast enough to compete? The brands that win will be the ones that understand that loyalty isn't earned at the moment of subscription. It's earned in the moments between. AI makes those moments possible. Ecosystems amplify them. Creators humanize them, and go-to-market leaders must orchestrate them. And this is the next era of growth, and it is already here. Thank you. I'd love to hear your thoughts and questions. Feel free to reach out to me or our Aliena Legacy advisors.